And gentlemen, welcome to my new videos from my YouTube channel. As a security researcher or malware analyst or cyber threat hunter or threat intelligence, one of the most critical tasks during our threat analyzing processes is finding C2 panel or finding a malicious domains that threat actor use it as a communication channel between the victims and the attacker itself. But because of the nature of the malware nowadays is a more complicated and more advanced, or sometimes threat actors maybe use their own custom encryption algorithm, it's make it more harder and more challenging to decrypt it and get what you want. In addition, sometimes we have a limited time to get a full reports and full brief about the sample to doing internet simulation, some dynamic analysis or some reverse engineering. But actually, the platform it's called Hunt.io. It's a great platform for threat intelligence, cyber threat hunter, security researcher, security analyst, incident responder, and you can get a dozen of IOCs or active C2 infrastructures, getting information about specific group threat actors and so on. Actually, this platform make my daily jobs as a lot of easier than before because actually that's a true when you're trying to analyze a malware. Imagine you are working for a company A. So actually they told you, okay, you have this sample, trying to analyze it, get a malicious domains, collected the IOCs, and let's update our EDRs and so on. But actually, it's to take a time because sometimes the attacker trying to mimicking you to provide a dummy IOCs, and that's actually maybe make your organization more vulnerable than before, is it? Actually, in the platform, we have some sidebars like a home, search, advanced search, SQL search, MC2 infrastructures, and we have an overview listing, attack capture, threat actors, IOC hunters, and phishings, host radars, and APIs, also the fittings. So from the dashboards, we have some labels that we have to care about it. So the first important one is new C2 online. It's a list of the C2s that active and work in a cyberspace. For example, that's a Cobalt Streak, and if you click on it, you can get a more information about it. Okay, that's another Cobalt Streak URL. You can get more information about it, and then that's an IOC Hunter. You can click it and get a information about this news. Actually, this IOC Hunter is came from external sources. So let's back to our dashboard. Another button that we have it's Open Directories. So actually, Open Directories is sometimes threat actor trying to hosting additional payloads or additional files that maybe a malware trying to communicate with it and update itself for maybe bypassing or evasion EDRs and so on. For example, I will click this one. Okay, and if you look that we have a winup.jpg and .exe and winupdate.exe. So that's actually a sliver. If you just one click on it, and it will load it, and that's a MZ. Okay, and you can download it and download it with a zip. A password actually by default is infected. So in IOC Hunters, we have news is about the reset cyber campaign that happened in next past few days. For example, in this one is a one clicks based IPT campaign targeted energy, oil, and gas infrastructure. So actually, when you scroll down, they told you the IOC hostess, the malware file is malware name created and updated. So that's actually make your daily tasks is more easier than before, and actually tell you deploy .NET-based loader and Golang backdoor. And actually, this one you can click it and get information. That's IOC IPs, that's malware files, that's a malware name or a family name. And you can click all IOC hunters. You can get a posters and click on it to get information. And you can click the hostess here to get a live hostess. And every day and every second, the information will be updated from this platform. That's one of the specific feature that I like from Hunt.io. And from the IP address, you can get a malicious IPs, and you can download the JSON and also put it on your firewall to block it, and that's keep your organization more safer than before. And in here, we have a domain searching. So for example, you have a specific domain or ASN or threat actors you want to get information about, just write the name and press enter and get information. And for example, we have this IP address. Let's copy it and get a searches and just click search, and you get information about this IP addresses. Okay, could be that's a Cobalt Streak. Okay, it show a name, sports, vendor, product, and version, and extra info, first seen, last seen, and actually domain associated, association, signals, and history. Okay, so major Cobalt Streak from 2 days ago, and first seen 10 months ago. So the JARM history, timeline, IOCs, you can get information about it, and port history, SSH history. That's a very good platform that it will be very useful also for your daily tasks. And we have advanced search. For example, you can try to IP, host names, so CipherSuite, DNS name, country name, threat actors. It's actually contains a lot of labels that could be useful for your daily tasks. And also the SQL search, you can actually it's maybe under the development. So actually let's go to C2 infrastructure, click on the overview. In here we have the graphics. For example, we have 28,000 of phishing, team server, infrastructure, Lodo, exploit server, and so on. So it's from 27 May to today. Okay, that's 25 June 2025. And here that's recent C2s that back to 26 minutes ago. So if you click show more, you get more information about this C2. So actually back to overview. And there are categories of the software. For example, K-Tero, Aquantix, Cobalt Streak, GoFish, Reverse SSH, and Hajime, Bot Collaborator, Sliver, that's a C2 panel, Viper, Regina, Metasploit, Remco, Scousar, and also DC-Rat, and Mythic, also it's another C2 panel, Nessus, Sinorat, Havoc, it's another C2 panel, and Supershell, Hack5 Cloud C2, Mirai, Mozy, Venomrat, Daybreak, Pyramid C2, Chaos, Cacbot, Redline, Mr. Caldora, Metal Predator. So actually it's a very, very advanced way to get information and update yourself as a security researcher on threat analyst. So actually if you came to the C2, in C2 we have a brief information actually. We have a list of the all active C2s. So the result is 43,000 and 093 resolvers. It contains IPs, port, country, malware, and first seen and last seen. For example, in here we have a Mirai. If you click this IP addresses, we got a full information about it. Just waiting for a while. In here we have the domain associated with it. Okay, so leakstein.xyz, and if you click it again on this domain, we will start getting more and brief information about this malicious domain that associated with this IP addresses we are clicking on before. Actually, it takes us some times because it could be my internet connection is a little bit slower than it could be. Let's back to C2 listing until my connection will be a little bit fine, and we are back to it. So actually we are filter, and in filter we have a date. We can select it to get information about it. And actually we have the malware, so list of the all malware families that maybe we are trying and have interest to looking for. And in a country, we are trying to enter a specific country. For example, in Thailand, you get information about all of the active C2s that back to Thailand. And actually, you can just click to make a restore like before. And hosting companies, you can just select the hosting companies that maybe use it for hosting this malicious payload. And there also a specific port number that maybe there are a port that's a port specific for a sliver C2. So actually each C2 panels have their own port number. Let's back to here. Let's see, maybe our internet connection will be fine now. So actually we have a Mirai, okay, the port 18. So we have a name, port, vendor, product, version, extra info, first seen, last seen. And here we have a ASN, DNS, and the IP addresses and information about this specific IP addresses that we have now. So let's click to the domain and click this domain now. And let's see what's the information we got about it. So actually that's record is host name, NS record is Apex domain. So actually it's a phishing. Let's see. Okay, that's a phishing ones, and see OpenDeer. OpenDeer is not available. Okay, but actually you can we can get a specific information on the dozen of the information that you are looking for and want to get it about it. So actually back to the listing, maybe we are interested to the Hajime and this one. So actually again ASN, DNS, and the IP addresses with the domain association signal and history. So let's see, it have a history. Now we don't have any history. Yeah, it have some port history here. Okay, 2 months ago, JARM history, no, timeline IOCs to get information about it. So in the time, see June, yeah, it's maybe Hajime only today. Yeah, it's today. First seen yesterday and last seen today. Let's back to the attack capture. So in attack capture, we have an overview. It's a list of the malicious open directories. For example, you have a code search, IP, file names, hashes, malware name, ASN, country, and label and tags. For example, we have here by ScanC2, by Sandbox malware, by GitHub project. So Powersploit, Covenant, also it's a C2, so Nuclei. So actually you can get it by timeline here. For example, let's click top countries. We have China, United States, Germany, Hong Kong, and United Kingdom. For example, click show more to get more information about it. For example, Argentina, we have a 12 result of Argentina. And actually a day ago, first seen, click on it. Let's see what's a file. We got information about it. Okay, so it's rustdisk.exe, test.php, testpap.php. So actually if you click on it, it's a Mitre, Codis, code registry, system information discovery, and also file and discovery permission modification. And that's a loader, a Baza loader. Okay, so you can just click here You can download, search by hash, copy file hash, and a copy of file URL. Click the overview. So here we have a Mirai and Go Fish. Go Fish actually it's a using for red teaming purpose. Actually, it's a framework. Go Fish for fishing simulation or emulation. Click it, and you got a lot of information about. Just a click on it, and so report.ps1. So it's a PowerShell. If you click on it, let's see. Click the search. So you gotta this one server URL pyadmin is a password superscript, and that's actually using base64, and actually that is it. Okay, so actually it's a great one. That's hard coded stuff that available here. Actually okay, so we will back to here. Just copy it and open here, notepad. So just paste it. It's great. So actually it's so funny. Okay, so it's not only for Go Fish, you can for Aquantix. So Aquantix is a software that using for web application vulnerability scanning, like a Nessus and like a NetSparker. And you can click explore, so you can hashcats and libraries framework, networking tools, red teaming and pen testing tool. So actually this label is get information about a specific tool. Actually, as a malware researcher or security analyst, you have to have a full information about specific framework, specific tools, because if you don't know, in a future analyzing it'd be a great gaps for you. So actually about the threat actor, you just click a listing. It give you information about country, IPs, hosts, file names. So if you get a hash, you can use another platform to get a file and start your conducting analysis. So that's all of the IPT groups that available right now. It could be spiders, jackals, IPTs, or nation states. And if you click the filters, you can by victims of industries. For example, there are some groups that only focus on critical infrastructures, and so just click on it. Or cryptocurrency, you got specific information about another incidents. Could be sabotage, extortion, ransomware, espionage, and denial of service attack. So the adversary name, you got a lot of adversary names, and when you click it, and the information will be pop up on there. So actually we have a victims. For example, a country is a victim, like Canada, for example. It give you all of the group that focus on Canada for a specific cyber operation. And as I mentioned, for the industries, maybe for cryptocurrencies or critical infrastructure, so this one, and for crypto, this one, and for education, there are a lot of IPT that focus on the education. So in IOC Hunters, you can looking for the posts, okay, the posts from the external sources, get a hostess, yeah, get the hostess and the IPs, and you can click it and get a more information about, like this. For example, you got a domain associated. That's all of the domain, and if you click on it, you got information about this domain that available on this. For example, that is a phishing. Yeah, good. And also we have the phishing. Actually, click the overview and threat actors. I think still it's under development, but actually that's a phishing kit that using for the this purpose. And you can click the filters, brands, and get a lot of information. For example, the phishing on the Microsoft. So actually, kit name, Microsoft, 365 Office Online Phishing Kits and get a click to get IOCs. And that's a URL, box.com. And if contain the malware, provide the file hashes, or if contain email, it's show the email addresses. So the host radar, also the host radar provide all of the host companies that contain the phishing sites, IOCs, malicious open directories, C2 scannies, or for example, the Amazon, no, Tencent, not Amazon. Alias domain is C2 scans. If you just click on it, it provide all the information about this C2. So that's .fun and get information. Click on it. Just waiting for a while. That's recorded C2 malware phishing URL opened here. Who is history. And so on. So actually that's all information and being familiar with the Hunt.io. I hope this video will be useful for you. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and try to use Hunt.io, and I am sure it make your daily tasks more easier than before. Bye bye.